Hi, I'm Bradley Tyree, and I'm a mechanical test operations engineer at Stennis Space Center, and this is my origin story. So, I think I've always been interested in understanding how things work. Like, even from a really young age, I was that kid that was taking apart toys and seeing how you could put them back together in different ways and maybe understanding how they worked. So, maybe not engineering in the traditional sense, but I've always enjoyed figuring out how things work. And I think that curiosity naturally led me to engineering. The turning point for me was probably around freshman year of college. So I was putting together my college schedule, and I remember thinking, I don't really know what I want to do, but I do know that I really love math. So if I had to choose something, I think I would choose engineering. So I structured my schedule just around, hey, I think I'm going to go into engineering. So let's go ahead and build my schedule for that. And I can always change if I don't like it. And I guess lucky for me, I didn't just like it, I loved it. So I stuck with engineering. More than the work that I do itself, it's the team that I'm surrounded by that connects me back to what first inspired me to be into engineering or to get into engineering. In college, all of my friends and I, we would get together into study groups to tackle homework assignments or maybe study for like an upcoming exam. And it helped to have that team that I could bounce ideas off of so that we could solve problems or maybe work together on working through some homework assignment. And sharing all those different approaches up until we came up with a solution to a problem. It's that sense of teamwork and problem solving that I really chase when it comes to my job. And so the team that I have at work reminds me a lot of the team that I had back in college. And so we work really well together, and I think that's what drives me. Here at Stennis Space Center, we test rocket engines, and I think at the end of each rocket engine test, I feel this huge sense of pride. It never gets old. It doesn't matter if you've done it once or if you've done it 100 times. When that rocket engine cuts off, it's like a wave of awe washes over me. So it's really rewarding to look at that and be like, you know what? I contributed to that. I helped build that up and test that rocket engine or whatever component we may be testing out here. So it's that sense of pride that I feel every time we run a test, and we do it all the time. When I was in college, there was this stigma surrounding engineering that you had to be like really smart to be an engineer. And I don't think that intelligence is necessarily the key. I think it's more about having like a really strong work ethic, being diligent and staying really focused, like when you're studying. And I think that will take you a lot further than just being smart. And I didn't like that stigma. I think people mistake being smart for just not being lazy. And so my point is just I wouldn't want young people to think that they're not smart enough to be an engineer, because if that was the case, I couldn't do it for sure. So I think that was something that I would offer to young engineers.